How big a foodie are you?
I'm a foodie. I think like all actors, I have an eating disorder. So when I'm not shooting, then I'm eating. When I'm shooting, then I have to be on a diet and everything. So yeah.
This is a one-person story and it is the most relatable family film. Don't you think so?
I think so. I think this is a kind of film you can watch with your family. Food films are my favorite. And I'm just excited about playing characters which give me that scope to be able to do that.
Your family, say your mom that I'm playing Tarla, what was her reaction?
My mom was thrilled, but more than mom, my dad was thrilled.
Yeah, correct.
In fact, after he saw the trailer, he was so excited. He said, "ये बटाटा मुसल्लम क्या है?" मैंने कहा, "हाँ पापा, वो मुर्ग मुसल्लम में से आप वो तरला जी मुर्ग निकाल देती थी because she was a vegetarian, and she put aloo in it, तो बटाटा मुसल्लम." She was that sweet lady from the neighborhood that you saw her. There's nothing special about her.
Okay.
But the way she would treat people, the way she would always have something nice to say to you and to offer you like maybe a little treat. Hi guys, this is Huma Qureshi and you're watching my interview on Bollywood Hungama.
Huma, welcome to Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
The last time you and I met and spoke, we were talking about how you and Sona are putting on weight and y'all want to just eat. And here we are back again talking about this time cooking. So one is how big a foodie are you?
I'm a foodie. I think like all actors, I have an eating disorder. So when I'm not shooting, then I'm eating. When I'm shooting, then I have to be on a diet and everything. So yeah.
Right. You know, this is a story that everybody says ki family film banani hai. So they put all the elements in it and relationships, this, that. This is a one-person story and it is the most relatable family film. Don't you think so?
I think so. I think this is a kind of film you can watch with your family. Food films are my favorite because I feel like they just exude so much warmth. But more than a food film, I think it's also a film about relationships.
Right.
And a film about this woman's journey and her coming of age. And also the whole idea that, you can achieve success at any age, at any stage in your career. For me as an actor, I was excited because, I got to play a character from her 20s to her 50s.
Wow.
And I was excited to be able to do that. I also feel like I'm at that age in my life where I can play somebody in my 20s and also older. And I'm just excited about playing characters which give me that scope to be able to do that. So bahut maza aaya. And I think the thought of it will sort of connect with a lot of men and women.
Right.
And it's kind of, this film is like a homage to all our mothers and the journey that they had.
True. This is like, this really is every mother's story in India. Again, this is a biopic kind of, when something like that comes, you've never done one, if I'm not wrong.
No.
So one is that, do you first ask the people who come to you saying, how did you think of me and why did you think of me?
Well, with this particular one, I got a call from Nitish sir and Ashwini ma'am after season 1 of Maharani.
Oh, nice.
And I think they called me a few days after it released and they were like, we loved it and your performance was great. And they said, we're producing this film and we'd love you to do it. And I was just like, wow. Because both of them are incredible filmmakers and I've always admired their work and I've always wanted to work with them. And then, of course, I met Piyush, our director, who's been working with Nitish sir for like many years, Chichore Dangal, all the wonderful films that he's co-written with him.
Right.
And he was turning director with this one. And I had a lot of fun, like reading the script, interacting with him. So I think thanks to Maharani, maybe.
Right. When you told your family, say your mom, that I'm playing Tarla, what was her reaction?
My mom was thrilled, but more than mom, my dad was thrilled.
Yeah, correct.
In fact, after he saw the trailer, he was so excited. He said, "ये बटाटा मुसल्लम क्या है?" मैंने कहा, "हाँ पापा, वो मुर्ग मुसल्लम में से आप वो तरला जी मुर्ग निकाल देती थी because she was a vegetarian, and she put aloo in it, तो बटाटा मुसल्लम." So dad's like, "ये तो अच्छा idea. I can serve this at Salim's."
Amazing.
So actually, he's going to start doing that. He wants to because he really enjoyed the trailer and he's very excited about the film.
Right. Even see, this is the fun thing that even after all these years, her one idea can still relate and still be like, "Oh wow, what is this?" Right?
Yeah.
Right. So your family is obviously into food. Could you give people a background on what, how, like, when did your dad get into it and how big a foodie he also is?
Dad started Salim's in 1977. So now in a few years, it's going to be actually like 50 years.
Pretty much the same time.
Pretty much the same time actually. And it's so incredible, right? Like such diametrically different kinds of food. But yet I feel like there is so much richness and so much legacy
Right.
over there, and which is why my dad related to the story, and he was like,
Hmm.
"Arey, that's so lovely."
Right.
You know, because he understands what it is to really, I mean, in an age today where restaurants open every 2 years and they shut down and whatever,
Yeah.
to be running a food business, you know, for 50 years in this country
Right.
is a very big deal.
Yeah,
And I feel it's only because my dad is, again, you know, he's a grassroots man. He's come from nowhere. He's built this business on his own.
Yeah.
And he really believes in the power of hospitality and
Okay.
food. You know, we were the only Muslim family amongst in a colony of Punjabis. And I feel like, so I grew up as a Punjabi. Like in my head, I'm a Punjabi. That's my go-to. And I feel like just the way, you know, all the relationships you had with people.
Yeah.
Because they were like, "Arey, Salim Saab ke restaurant mein jaake khana khana hai." You know, that
Yeah.
feeling of sharing a meal with someone and then becoming a part of your larger extended
personal,
family.
right?
It's so personal, right? And I feel that is what really is the power of food, which is what we also try to explore with the Tarla story.
Yeah,
like, you know, she was that sweet lady from the neighborhood
Right.
that you saw her. There's nothing special about her.
Okay.
But the way she would treat people, the way she would always have something nice to say to you and
Right.
to offer you like maybe a little treat.
Right.
You know, that's, and she, I mean, you'd do anything for that lady, you know, because she just had that really nice, sweet demeanor.
Right.
Yet, Tarla ji was the OG feminist,
Yeah, right.
the OG entrepreneur.
Yeah,
you know, she was feminist at a time, and she probably did not even know what that
Nobody
term
knew.
means.
Yeah. You know, she didn't go out. She didn't go out to the world to show what she is. The world really entered her kitchen, and you know, the world. This is before the YouTube chefs came. This is before anything came. You know, you read the script and you've done this. What did you learn about her?
Many things. I saw like countless of her videos, her interviews, her cookery shows. And I realized like she was so ahead of her time. And you have to understand, this is a time where women were told कि अच्छा पहले शादी कर लो फिर जो करना होगा कर लेना. And I know I've heard this line being said to my mother's generation, to a lot of people, right? Yeah. And then you get so caught up in life and things and kids and and then one day you wake up and you're like, oh, but now what? Yeah. And there's an emptiness, right? And but you have still so much to offer to the world that you want to do something. And I really thought, as an actor, what an incredible privilege it is to play a character. Yeah. You know, to who takes that journey from being a wide-eyed girl who wants to do something. Like वो line है हमारी फिल्म में, मेरे को कुछ करना है life में. लेकिन क्या करना है पता नहीं है. Right. You know, we've all been over there. Yeah. And to then be, you know, get into marriage and being told, okay, this kitchen is your only space, and then to cook yourself, to cook yourself out of it. Absolutely, yeah. You know, the one thing that she said was try karte rehna chahiye. You know, try to karte rehna chahiye. Try karte rehna chahiye, and that's what, you know, kept her going. She never, am I right? Like, she never tried to be someone else. She never tried to be cool and do some. These were her natural lines. What she said, like by herself. वही उसी का तो मजा है, because she just spoke how she did. So when I was also prepping for it, like 2-3 things I had to really work on. One was her speech. Okay, yeah. She has a distinct style of talking. Of course, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Just normal, relatable. Okay. Like if she didn't speak like a presenter. Right. You know, she just spoke like how she would tell. So pehle ye karna, phir ye karna. And it was very like effortless, cute, affable. Very, very cute it was. And so when I have never done a Gujarati accent before, right? And I was a little nervous because since I grew up in Delhi, so most North Indian sounds I can do. But like for me, to do Marathi or Gujarati is harder only because I was not raised in Mumbai. And I really wanted to get it right. So Piyush really helped, and I had Hital, who was our accent coach on this. And she and I literally sat down and we have cracked the Tarla accent. Amazing. Which is like, we made like literally like a glossary of terms. कि कौन से words वो कैसे बोलती थी. Because she's a Gujarati woman, but she spoke in a very Marathi accent. Because she was, again, similar. She was raised among a lot of like Marathi people. She lived in Nepean Sea Road. She had a way of like saying some words. So we literally made like a glossary of all her terms and how she would say them. Wow. And because the idea for us was not to imitate her or to do a caricature of her. The idea was to capture the essence of what it is to be Tarla. Amazing. You know, so it is, that's why no wonder you said all these things. That's exactly why it's looking the way it's looking. Hi guys, this is Huma Qureshi and you're watching my interview on Bollywood Hungama.